Welcome back to 5 Minute Drum Lessons, where we get it done in 5 minutes or less. On today's agenda, crashing on other parts of the beat. So the crash cymbal, a lot of the time, we play it on beat one. So if you've been playing drums, well, if you haven't been using your crash cymbal at all, we'll go over really quickly crashing on beat one. But really, what this is about is starting to place your crash on other parts of the beat. So on the 2, the 3, and the 4, and then from there, we'll have more and more options, but moving it from the 1 to other spots is a great starting point to create more interest with your crashes and start getting into some other adventurous ideas with the crash cymbal. So we're just going to use a basic beat for these examples. So a basic rock beat. And then usually we'll just crash on beat 1. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you don't have to hit every bar. And a lot of the time the crash comes when after you play a fill. So you're playing your beat and then you do a little fill and then crash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So then, you're hitting the crash coming out of the fill on beat 1. And even if you're playing a song or whatever, and you're marking sections, if you're going into the chorus or you're going back to a verse, you might hit a crash to outline the form. So that's cool. So being familiar with crashing on 1 for sure is the first step, and it's a lot of the time, that's what people do on recordings, or when you're playing, you'll probably end up crashing a lot on beat 1 as well, but we want to have other options. So we're gonna, just look at beat 2 to start. So basically what it means is, we want to crash on beat 2, we know the snare plays beat 2, so beat 2 is going to be hands together. A crash on beat 1 is with your bass drum. So we want to think, okay, this crash we're doing with the hands, right hand crash, left hand snare, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and you can practice it, just 1 bar repeated like I'm doing right now, and 2 and 3, and once you get comfortable with it, you can kick it up a bit and maybe have a bar where you just play the groove, and then you go 1, 2, and hit the crash in the second bar. 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 4. So basically, one, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So now all of a sudden, we've got a crash on a different beat, and it's with the snare on beat 2. And then, of course, if you can get into filling into that, that can sound really cool as well. And basically, all you need to do is just 1 and 2, play a fill the way you normally would. I'll use the fill I just played before. And then instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, you just go back to your beat on beat 1 on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And that can have a cool effect because it's like a delayed crash. I'll play that once. 1, 2, 4. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and so that can come in handy and sounds pretty cool. We can do a crash on 3. A crash on 3 is going to be just like a crash on 1, so with the bass drum, but it's just at a different point in the bar. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it feels basically just like beat 1, but it's at a different point in the bar, and it's important to keep track of where you are and know where you are. And in that sense, it's going to feel different And when there's music around it, it will sound different to the listener as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then if we want to do a crash on beat 4, it will be, of course, similar to beat 2. So hands together, left hand plays snare on 2, left hand plays snare on 4. We want to crash on 4. It's going to be hands together just like beat 2. Sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And I'm using a basic beat to demonstrate these so we can really just focus on the crash and how it's functioning. But you can use any beat you want once you're comfortable with the basic versions, and you can right? You could do all kinds of stuff. You could practice doing little fills in and around them. And then if you want to get really wild, you could do a crash on 4, but with the bass drum, and then leave the snare out. So surprise the listener. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. So you actually get 2 bass drums in a row going 4, 1. But those are just some, a few little ideas to get you thinking about where you can go with it, but really just focus on the basic beat, crashing at other parts of the other beats in the bar, and it will start opening up some more options for you. And yeah, hope you got something out of the video. Any questions, let me know. Thank you for joining me, and see you on the next one.